Bacon, you asked for it. We're gonna do this today. We're gonna make it from scratch. It's gonna take a while. Stick with us, let's check it out. Pork belly. It all starts with pork belly. This is how big is this thing? 10.5 pounds. This is huge. So I'm actually gonna divide this up and we're gonna do 3 different bacons. Really the most important part is to get your cure correct. And that is based on weight. So I'm gonna walk you through that process. I've created a little spreadsheet to calculate my ingredients. Could not be simpler, but we wanna make sure we follow those kind of ratios, especially on the cure. Okay, so if you're gonna do this, plan ahead. This cure is gonna take 7 days to 10 or even more. We'll take it out, we'll rinse it off, let it dry in the fridge overnight, and then we're gonna smoke it. So we're gonna put that smoke flavor on. And then after that, we'll probably rest it another night, and then the final day we'll fry some up and give it a taste. Cut this from the back. Like I said, I've never done this. I've wanted to do it. I was always kind of intimidated by the process, but as I've done my research, in reality, this could not be simpler. It just takes a little bit of time. So what I'm going for, again, this is all based on weight. I'm gonna probably trim up a little bit of this because I don't want the pieces that are just pure fat like on the end here. That's all fat right there. That's okay though. I'm gonna kind of square up this backside here. This part's all optional. I want it to look as beautiful as possible. And no doubt you could use this probably for sausage, or if you wanted to kind of render that into some lard or whatever. There we go. That's starting to have that familiar look. Now I'm gonna divide this into thirds. So I'm gonna do these one at a time because again, it's based on weight. Really it's sugar, salt, and curing powder, curing salt. And the important thing is it's curing salt number 1, which is nitrites, 6.25%, I believe, nitrites. And that will cure this. And the point of that is to make it safe to eat. All right, let's weigh this first slab. What I'm doing is a 2% salt, 2% of the weight of the pork. I'm gonna do 2% salt, 1.5% sugar, and 0.25% cure. 27 grams of salt, and I'm using my favorite. And you can take this up. I mean, 2 to 2.5% salt is pretty common. Again, you can adjust. This is one of the variables you can adjust. Now I'm gonna add 20.3 grams of sugar, and this one's really important. So now we're gonna put the cure in. And I'm gonna measure this one separately because I wanna get it right. And I'm looking for, it's not much, 3.4 grams of cure. I like the color of that. So this is my cure for this specific amount of pork. Let's get this cure onto this piece of pork, and I'm gonna try to use every bit of it. And I'll just kind of sprinkle it on, and I'm gonna roll this pork around in it, try to get it all on there. And whatever's left, I'll pour right into the bag. So I want it to, really fill up. And this is gonna be my straight up, simple bacon. The other ones I'm gonna add a couple of interesting things to. Here into the bag. All right, I'm gonna try to get as much air out of this as possible. If you have a vacuum sealer, that'd be a great option. Just trying to get as much air out as I possibly can. Available at a store near you soon. Let's do number 2. This one, I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. For this bad boy, I'm doing hot honey and black pepper in addition to the cure. So I'm gonna do the same base cure. I'm gonna add a little black pepper and hot honey. The hot honey is gonna amp up the sugar content a little bit. 28.5. That came out as a large boulder, so let me take a chunk off. And this stuff you can find on Amazon, obviously, online fairly easily. All right, so hot honey. Like I said, this is gonna change your sugar content. It's totally fine. This will be a little sweeter. Oh boy, that's messy. Honey is kind of messy, so take note. I love most of the honey on the bottom of the plate. I'm gonna get it into this bag though. All right, so I got a little bit of a mass of honey, hot honey in the bag, so it's gonna be a really good section of bacon right in the middle. All right, this side looks better. That looks actually really good. Okay, so this one, the last one, I've already weighed and applied the cure to. Same process as before, but I'm gonna add a couple of interesting ingredients. So I got some molasses here that I'm gonna just pour a little bit in. It's a little more forgiving maybe than honey. Again, this is gonna change the sugar profile a little bit, but that's all right. All right, and even more importantly, along with that molasses, I'm gonna throw a little Woodford in here. I am not gonna be scientific about this. I'm just gonna pour a little bit. Yeah, a bit of an experiment. We'll see which one we like best. Rick's Boozy Molasses Brown Sugar Bourbon Bacon. It's a mouthful. So I've got these plated up. I'm gonna put them in the fridge for 7 to 10 days. I'm gonna have somebody babysit and flip these for me while I'm gone, about once a day, once every couple days, just to keep that the cure kind of distributed. And so we'll see you in about a week. I am back from vacation feeling refreshed. I've been wondering how this bacon's doing. I've had some colleagues here flipping it for me every day or so. So let's get it out and see what it looks like. First thing I notice is it is quite a bit firmer than it was when it went in, which I think is what we expect. Pulled moisture out. We're just gonna get these out, rinse them off, and I don't know, go from there. So I wanna get the brine off of here. I don't want it to be like overly salty. What I'm gonna do is rinse it off, and then I'm gonna let it air dry overnight in the fridge on a wire rack, and then we're gonna smoke it tomorrow. Don't drop it. See you tomorrow. All right, it's the next day. The bacon's been kind of air drying in the fridge. Let's start the smoker so we can put some smoke on it. I'm gonna do a customized cycle. I'm gonna go low temp. I want this to be kind of lowest smoke temp. I'll go 170, and I'm gonna do probe. I wanna shoot for I'm gonna do 145, just because I don't wanna overshoot too much. 150 is my goal. I'm gonna do that. Start it up. Pellets, water, you know the drill. All right, we're preheated. I just got the bacon out of the fridge, so it's going in cold. That is a lot of bacon. Look for us at the farmer's market. We're gonna be selling it at the farmer's market. All right, and I'm gonna probe this. So with this many in, we're probably gonna need to rotate as well. So I'll come check on them, and I don't know, I'll probably check on them in like 30, 45 minutes. And I'm just gonna go with this middle rack, and I'm gonna insert it straight into the middle. All right. Now we're smoking. Okay, so the bacon has been in for about 2 hours now, and I'm only up to 71 degrees internal. So I kind of got to thinking about this. I'm shooting for 150 internal, and I'm smoking at 170. I think I need to smoke at 200. So I'm gonna bump this temp up a little bit. And while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and rotate. That's our pepper. I'll move it up top. It smells smoky, as we would expect. All right, so this one I'm gonna rotate around and flip it. Put it back in the bottom. This is standard on the bottom. Help me remember that. It's a delicate balance. All right. Dang, man. Looks so awesome. We are finally there. I had to bump up the temp because we're about 3.5 hours in. It took longer than I thought. I didn't really consider that this is 10 pounds of meat in here. And I thought it would go fast, but no, it takes a while. So if I'd have left this at 170, I probably could have smoked it for, who knows, 6 hours. So we're about 3.5. And we're gonna pull it out now and get it into the fridge so we can fry it up tomorrow. What? Oh my. Dang. That is a thing of beauty. Oh my goodness. Get out of town. Last one, standard. Nothing wrong with standard. Also looks amazing. Okay. Giving it a little glisten for the camera. This one's interesting. It's a little different looking. A little dark on the end. I'll just cut that off though. You can actually, it's got a little bit of like a bourbon smell. Oh my goodness. Smoky bourbon bacon. Get out of here. What I'm gonna do is wrap these in plastic wrap so that that smoke flavor will just really penetrate. And I'm gonna put them in the fridge overnight, and then tomorrow we're gonna fry it. I don't know if this step is necessary. I read it somewhere and I thought, makes sense. I'm gonna give it a shot. Sleep tight. See you in the morning. Same face. Oh, let me put my coffee out of the way. It's early. The bacon has spent the night sleeping in the fridge, wrapped in plastic wrap, hopefully to really drive that smoke intensity into the bacon itself. So let's slice into them. We're gonna slice them, fry them up. Beautiful thing about home cured bacon that I'm learning is that I can make these slices as thick as I want them, which oftentimes when I buy bacon at the store, it's not thick enough. Look at that. All right, that looks beautiful. The aroma is actually really, really good. I've got a smoky aroma coming off this, which I'm really happy about. So I'm going pretty thick here. It's probably like 1/8 of an inch or so. I don't know how best to slice this. That color is beautiful. Next up, let's do the boozy molasses. Oh, that smells great. All right, last up, hot honey and pepper. Let's get some bacon in. We'll go pepper over here. Oh, listen to that. Beautiful sound. Look how thick. Look how thick that is. Gorgeous. All right, so we got the pepper bacon in. Dang, that already smells good. Standard. And boozy. It's the one I'm most interested in. This is kind of a small skillet, so we'll make it work. This one's gonna take a while over here, this little bitty baby. This is my idea of like a perfect Saturday morning. You know, just standing at the stove, cup of coffee over there. It would be in my hand. 3 skillets of bacon going. And actually I'm getting a bourbon smell, which is pretty awesome. It's like the bacon that's got the honey or molasses, the honey in it anyway, tends to want to kind of burn. All right, so we've got our first batch done. I'm gonna give these a taste. This is the pepper hot honey. This one was a really interesting one to me. I make this face, and I say this every time. Oh man, that is some of the best bacon I've ever had. Man, make your bacon yourself. That's incredible. So, I mean, honestly, it's kind of sweet. I think the hot honey's coming through. Sweet, smoky, and bacony. All right, so now I'm gonna try the standard bacon. Wow, I mean, the flavor is similar to what I buy in the store, but the texture and that was really good. This is the one I'm really interested in. So this is boozy. So it's bourbon, molasses, smoke. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh wow. Smoky like all of them, but this has a sort of a, it's got a boozy aftertaste, and it's sweet. Like this is my favorite. Wow, I'm glad we did that. This has been a blast. I've wanted to make bacon forever, and we've done it. And We've shown you that you can smoke your bacon in your indoor smoker, and the results are amazing. I'm gonna tear into this BLT. Y'all let us know, comment below what you wanna see next. I love trying these new things especially. I can't wait to see what you come up with. We'll see you next time. Oh man, I'd pay for that. This is great. See you soon. Feels like a Saturday morning on Wednesday.